Jason Whitlock.
I will, as the resident white person, I will give you to the floor.
I want to hear what you got to say.
I see Jason Whitlock on Fox News way too much to trust his opinion. The only exception to that rule is my boy Jason Nichols, who I really respect his opinion.
My old professor.
He comes on and he gives good opinions, even if I don't agree with them all the time. I usually do. Jason Whitlock to me is, how do I say this without getting myself in trouble?
That's why I wanted you to go first.
I feel like his opinions are largely based outside of reality. And I think he's a caterer, if that makes sense. He caters.
He likes to eat catering.
He's a big boy, but some of us are.
Big boy.
Big boy, thick boy.
I feel like he gave himself I don't know when this was because I haven't been a fan of him, but I think he gave himself this persona where he's a little Fox Newsy a while ago in all of his opinions. Yeah, even when the facts clearly state something different. And I don't think he's really swayed from that. And I think that controversy is what gets him airtime. But on the flip side of that, I think what he's doing is detrimental to
us.
Yeah, black people in general. So that's my take. I don't like the man. It's him and then Skip Bayless. I hate them both.
I kind of like Skip.
Yeah, Skip is all right.
Nah, his voice irritates me.
All right, I understand that, but
yeah,
he's nowhere in the same class as Jason.
No. That's why Whitlock is still first. I don't hate a lot of people, so if you're on my list,
I fucking hate you, dude.
I hate me too.
So what happened with Jason Whitlock then?
I will leave y'all the floor.
Rackety.
I'm listening.
Yeah. So there was a incident that happened back in February, which I'm sure everybody's aware of.
No, say it.
Huh?
Say it.
Yeah, Ahmaud Arbery, I think is how you pronounce his name, was a gentleman who back in February was shot and killed as he was jogging down a street in Georgia.
Yep, he's 25.
A father and a son pulled up in a pickup truck. The dad was in the back with a handgun. The son had a shotgun. It was caught on video that just got released a few days ago. On the video, it kind of goes in and out. The Ahmaud tries to go around the truck. There's some yelling that happens. Then they're struggling over the gun. You hear 2 or 3 shots. It's kind of hard in the video. I think in the video that I saw there was 2, but I heard there's a video of 3. And then you see him stumble over with blood all over his abdomen. It's a fucking snuff film, and it's terrible. He falls over. It's really bad. But the dude didn't get the father and son had no charges pressed against them until the video just got released, and they got picked up yesterday or day before.
Yeah, I saw it a couple days ago.
But it's been making the rounds of social media really, really a lot, and everybody sort of had their take on it. I know I posted about it. LeBron James also posted about it. I want to pull up LeBron's actual tweet. So LeBron LeBron has been very much on the front lines, at least speaking about things that have happened. It's been one of those things where you can also see a lot of people have been trying to compare him and MJ, especially with the Last Dance that's happened, where Michael Jordan, for the most part, stayed out of politics or any social activism. Even though he did do some things, it just wasn't.
And he got a lot of flack for it too.
He did, and a lot of people compare and say LeBron should maybe take more out of Michael's book or whatever. But it was past. It's just something that's been making the rounds. But LeBron came out and said, "We're literally hunted every day, every time we step foot outside the comfort of our homes. Can't even go for a damn jog, man. Like, what the fuck, man? Are you kidding me? No, man, for real, are you kidding me? I'm sorry, Ahmaud, rest in peace, and my praise and blessings sent to the family. Sent to heavens above to your family. Hashtag stay woke. Hashtag profile because we are simply black." LeBron posted that. It caused a bit of a stir in the sense of there were people that, like me, I saw it. And at least off the bat, when I saw it, I understood where LeBron was coming from on it. Like, I agreed for the most part with what he was saying. But Jason Whitlock, as we were talking about, he had his own take on it. Jason Whitlock basically told. I want to pull up Jason's actual text too. Or
I want to tell you, but I don't want to. I don't want to be like I'm speaking. Like I don't want to be Jason Whitlock in this situation.
I'm just being like. So Jason Whitlock says LeBron is the Pied Piper for a lot of athletes. If the goal is to promote justice for Ahmaud Arbery, LeBron's rhetoric doesn't promote justice. It promotes emotion and fear, the enemies of justice. We continue to promote emotion or fear, we can see justice. There was another thing that he had written, though.
I got it. I'm about to say it. You ready?
I got it. Yep.
He said, "This isn't helpful. It's Twitter trolling. It's using this man's strategy to build a brand as more outspoken than Michael Jordan. There are all kinds of ways to draw attention to this tragedy. Suggesting that we are hunted every day, every time is just shit stirring." It's like, bruh.
So here's what it comes down to.
Wait. My bad. I forgot. Jason Whitlock, if you ever see this, probably won't, but if you do, I'm offering you the fade. Go ahead, continue.
The topic is one that I think a lot of people like myself and like James are fucking sick and tired of having to see videos about or to talk about or to see happen at all. But I think Jason, and he admitted it the following day on his show. Jason admits that he feels as though he made a mistake when he went to the Michael Jordan comparison, in the sense of he thinks that LeBron was being hyperbolic when he talks about black people being hunted every day. And I guess what Jason was trying to say was that if that's the rhetoric that's used, it becomes polarizing. And after it becomes polarizing, it's hard for the other side to take anything seriously or to dismiss or to argue when there should be people coming together on this particular thing. Now, and he says that his rhetoric as far as the Michael Jordan thing did the same thing, which was inflammatory and got away from this point. I will admit this. I'm not a fan of Jason Whitlock. I'm not going to go as far as other people to call him a coon or Uncle Tom or any of this other bullshit. I will say that Jason Whitlock, for the most part, is as guilty as anybody as far as using anything to get across whatever platform or agenda that he wants to. And he has this narrative built into his head that I strongly disagree with. As a black man in America, no, I don't feel as though every day I'm being literally hunted down in the streets for anything. But I think what you're doing is, if that's the part that you hang on to, you're missing the entire point. We're angry. There's rage to be had. And we're upset. And people say things when they are upset. And you shouldn't be looking to mince words when it comes to people being upset and correcting them on what it is that they need to say, as much as understanding why they're upset and how it is you need to meet them somewhere.
And that gives people the means to say, oh, if Jason says it, then I agree with him.
That's my biggest problem with what he said.
The thing with Whitlock is that there is no, I don't understand how any of this can be polarizing. If you're caught up in a situation where you're looking at whether or not he went overboard with a particular statement in his tweet, instead of the overall point, I don't want to argue with you. I don't want you on my side. I don't need anything to reach across to have a conversation with you. You're already lost. You have made it a point to completely disregard the issue at hand. It's the same thing that Jason Whitlock was on the same side when it came to the Colin Kaepernick thing. They never talk about why it is we're upset. They never talk about what it is that's actually going on and what's happening. What they do is they find some way, through some technicality bullshit, to disregard everything you're saying because you went too far with something or you're speaking too angrily. That notion of the angry black man and what it is that it means to, once you're the angry black man, no one gives a fuck about what it is you're saying anymore, even though we have every fucking right to be angry. I remember years ago, this is like 10, 15 years ago, I was talking to an older gentleman when I worked at the bookstore. And I was talking about getting contacts and getting LASIK eye surgery. And the guy talked to me and he said, man, I wouldn't suggest you do that. And I said, well, what do you mean? He's like, you're a bigger guy, you're black, you got a beard. He's like, you already kind of come across and you got to look at the way America looks at you. You're already the angry black guy, and you're already menacing to them. And I'm like, but I'm not. I'm not at all. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, doesn't matter. When you wear the glasses and you carry yourself a certain way, at least you'll be able to walk a little bit better, to have people. And the thing is, I took what he was saying, I understood it. And I actually went and applied some of the shit just out of fear of wanting to be heard. And it's the thing, I can't have anybody hear what it is I want to say about the fact that if I get pulled over by the police, it's already inherent because of inherent racism that they think I'm more violent or more dangerous than a white counterpart. It's just how it is. And the fact that you have people that can't even get to that point where we can acknowledge that and have a conversation about that, it's, no, he said that we're being hunted every day. It's the same thing, the Colin Kaepernick thing. Oh, he's kneeling, he fucking hates America, he hates our flag, he hates this, that, and the other. And you completely gloss over the fact that you got black men being killed by police or being hunted by fathers and sons who assume that he was robbing someone and then is able to do a citizen's arrest when they're on the back of a fucking pickup truck and shoot a man dead when he's jogging. And I'm not allowed to be upset or to be angry about it or say that we should at least have a conversation about it. It's fucking horseshit. And don't tell me that I need to check my language or I need to check this, that, and the other. No. If you want to come to me and talk about the reason that I'm upset or I'm angry, you need to have handout and talk to me about the shit. It's the same way I would never go and tell a rape victim how it is they need to act when they've been raped. I have no fucking idea. I've never been raped. I'm not going to speak on their part. Same way you got motherfuckers like Jason Whitlock, or you have a lot of other people that are not from my background that have not the slightest fucking idea what it's like to know when the blue and red lights are behind you.
Rick Bucher.
Scared. Or to know that when I live down in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and I'm driving down the street at 2 o'clock in the morning, and the dude in the pickup truck pulls next to me with a "Don't Tread on Me" flag and a Confederate flag, he looks at me, and you can see the rage and the anger in his face when I'm playing my fucking hip-hop from my goddamn car. And I got to worry about the fact that he hasn't stopped following me for a few months. The fact that when I want to go do something in Charlottesville, I got to worry about it. I got to worry about where it is I'm alone some places, or if I'm in a dirt road in fucking South Carolina, I got to worry about something. You have no fucking idea what that's like. And for you to say that I need to act a certain way for you to listen to me, fuck you. I'm not reaching across to get you to understand me anymore. You've already shown that you have no ear to hear me unless I come to you the way you want me to.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
horseshit.
that part.
It's absolute horseshit. And Jason Whitlock has stayed on this particular stance on this forever. We need to make ourselves more presentable to white people to get them to understand us and to take us. I'm off that shit. It's the same thing that people forget why Martin Luther King had that nonviolence ideal. It wasn't that he didn't believe in punching the motherfucker in the face if they did something. It was because he knew if the cameras were rolling, when they were hosing people down and sicking dogs on them, it might get people from outside of America to understand and to look and to see at how we're being victimized. That's what the goal was, to go to the UN to ask for support. That was the goal. That's the only reason we do it, is for people to look and to say, hey, we need help. And if the shit ain't still happening when you got the Eric Garners and you've got guys like Armada, or not, when you got this sort of situation happening, nobody's going to listen to it. It's horseshit. So you're going to get upset with somebody for taking out their frustration online because they should have said it a certain way. You've completely lost out on the argument at that point. You're done.
Sheesh, man.
Full agreement.
Yeah, I don't think there's one word that you said that I couldn't agree with.
And that's why you got a lawyer on retainer there.
Wait, does Jason Whitlock have kids?
I don't even know.
I was like, did he have to have that convo with them about like what age? Like, if you have an interaction with a cop, how to act?
But see, that's the thing. This is the thing that I don't, is that even when he was talking to Marcellus Wiley and everything about it, and they were like, we know LeBron behind his gates and everything at his house don't necessarily have to worry about the same things that I do.
They spray painted shit on his house. Like,
I get that. Here's the thing. I'm not even agreeing with that aspect of it. What I'm saying is that even if you follow that train of logic, then what you're telling me is that as a black man in America, I can't be safe until I reach X amount of success,
He doesn't
X
have
amount
kids.
of fame, X amount of money, in order to then be on a stratosphere in which I don't get fucked with because I'm famous enough that a cop understands that if he shoots me, or if the man understands, it's a father or son that accuses me or thinks that I'm robbing me, shoots me, I don't have to worry about it. If I'm famous, they have to worry about there being ramifications. Trust me, those two guys would not be in jail right now if the video didn't come out. They wouldn't.
Yeah, I know, because they weren't.
Right.
And
All right.
what was it, Cabo Cephalosha? The shit that happened to him in New York?
What was that?
It was, he was outside of a hotel, and then an off-duty police officer came in, like, wrestled to the ground, like, fucked him up. Like, I think broke his leg, where he missed like part of the season.
I remember some of that. I don't remember the full story though.
There's so much shit, man.
But it's just, who's the NBA or former NBA player that just got arrested yesterday?
Shannon Brown.
Shannon Brown. So Shannon Brown has a house in Atlanta that I guess they're working on or whatever, but he had a for sale sign in front of the house. A white couple or a couple, I guess they're white. They opened up the gate. They said it was unlocked, so they opened up the gate. They were looking for the house, and then they enter the home. As they enter the home, there's some sort of communication they have back and forth. Shannon, he says, "What the fuck? Are you serious?" He goes and grabs a rifle and shoots 5 or 6 times in the general direction. They up and run off. 4 hours later, 4 hours after it happened, they call the police. That same night, he's in handcuffs, charged with aggravated assault.
What the fuck?
2 people chased down a guy, said that they was for a citizen's arrest, and were free for 2 months. 2 months. For murder. No charges, nothing, until we all got to see the video.
Yep.
And that, to me, is ridiculous.
They're going to go away for a long, long time now.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Nah, they won't.
I was like, I've seen that before.
Because here's the thing that when people talk about the fact that, like, well, if you look at the statistics, there's a lot of white people that get shot by cops, and there's a lot of white people that get shot too. Here's the difference. Usually when a white guy kills a black guy, that motherfucker ain't in jail, or he gets off, or he's doing whatever. Sure enough, if a black dude does anything along those lines of getting a white person or anything, they're locked up. Only time it didn't happen was O.J. Simpson. We see how they fucking take care of him. They arrested his ass for stealing his own shit back.
Yep. And then they locked him up.